thoughts on the upcoming Ethereum merge, and what does it mean for Bitcoin?
Yeah, I think that topic has been coming up a lot in the industry recently. There was an interesting debate I did. Maybe you can link that in the video where it was on backlist, and I think one of the main Ethereum devs and researchers was there, and we go into the detail of the differences and what's the difference between proof of stake, proof of work, what would happen with the merge, and so on. I would say in general, my mindset is that it differentiates Bitcoin and Ethereum, right? Right now, Ethereum does use proof of work, right? Like it's secured by proof of work. The big difference is the EVM, right? Like you can do full smart contracts on Ethereum, you can't on Bitcoin. In many ways, like I think it would differentiate Bitcoin and Ethereum more, which is a good thing, because it's a good thing for people who like the design of Bitcoin. Like you're more differentiated now. It's a good thing that there is a different experiment that is being tried out in the industry, and people would learn different lessons from it, right? So that's the first thing. I also think that there are some misconceptions around proof of stake. Like some people are more on the extreme side where they think that maybe proof of stake doesn't work at all. Like that's not true. Maybe 5 years ago, you could have been more concerned about, will the proof of stake system ever work? But there are many blockchains now that are already live and they're working. You can absolutely question like how centralized they are and how centralized they might become over time, right? But you can't say that proof of stake doesn't work, right? Like there's market data that proof of stake works. The question in my mind is a little bit different, right? Like the way I slice this is, I think proof of stake might be a sustainable way to build a smart contract platform, which is more like a computing platform. The analogy would be like a decentralized AWS or something, right? Whereas proof of stake might not be the right mechanism to use if you're trying to build a money, because those are two very different things. Like a money layer is very different from a smart contract platform. If proof of stake is being used in a smart contract platform, and let's say there's someone that has a lot of the tokens and they're earning more tokens, that's not necessarily a bad thing, right? Like they're a large provider of the infrastructure where this decentralized AWS is running, and maybe they're making more money over time for running that infrastructure. But if this is for designing money and the rich keep getting richer, like that's a very different dynamic, right? And then the circular argument of proof of stake is worse when applied to money versus a smart contract, right? So the way I think about this is these are kind of like two different things, and then there are some details that I think most people didn't think about before. Like for example, is most of the stake going to end up on centralized exchanges? And especially if the withdraw feature is not implemented yet, then a normal user who basically doesn't understand the details that well has given money to a centralized exchange, and now that exchange might be forced by regulators to censor certain transactions, and these people might get slashed. I don't think that people have thought through the implications of some of those things yet, but I also think that some of these problems are solvable, right? So worst case scenario, maybe the merge gets delayed, but I actually want to see the merge happen because I think that it's going to differentiate the two networks more. And I think Bitcoin wins as money, especially at the base layer. And then you can build other types of Bitcoin layers or doing smart contracts or doing all sorts of experiments on top of it. And I think that's a healthy thing for the industry.
All right, great. Well, thank you so much for being here, and thanks to everyone tuning in to Stacker Chats. Please make sure to like this video, subscribe, and let us know if you have any questions in the comments below or on Twitter. And we'll see everyone soon. Thanks again.
Thank you.